I didn't know that this would be all my year end. Not no work out as I planned it, but that's fine. Because look at it this way. I look back on that Clarendon video and one thing I realized, me have life, so I'm grateful. Once there is life, there is hope. And I can't beat up myself too much for the fact that I didn't achieve. And if you're feeling like I'm feeling right now, this video is for you. It's V. Let's vibe. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time here, I hope you stick around to see some of the beauty that Jamaica is. If you're returning, I know you just come, you love the vibe, and you're just back for more. Thank you so much. Whichever way it goes, whatever way it goes, I appreciate it. I don't take for granted that you spend your time with me and that you're helping me to achieve a goal that I have set for myself. So thank you so much for joining me today. All right, folks. So today we're not going anywhere. After that Clarendon video, VC kind of, you know what I mean. If you have not watched it, trust me. That is something that had me so concerned for a little while. I tell you, say, at one point, I started thinking about things that could happen. And it's unfortunate that your mind goes there, but at the same time, that's the reality that we live in. And I'm telling you, man, one of the time when we look down the road and I just see that the road is getting smaller and smaller, may I tell you, that was something. But I thank God that I'm safe and sound. I'm able to talk to you and able to relate the story to you. In that moment when I was looking back at it, just looking, you know, editing and stuff, looking back at it, I realized where I made the wrong turn for real. Right at that, where the cows were, I was supposed to make that right. But because me get so discombobulated, that didn't happen. And then it just kind of threw me off completely. And I don't know why in that moment, me never think, well, I called, but the person that I called, I couldn't get her. The person that I went to in Clarendon couldn't get her. And it's no fault of hers. It's just that her phone, with coming out of an activity, her phone was on vibrate and she just never hear it. And that's how, you know, people could get into all different kind of stuff. And I am so grateful. Because nowadays, we can't take no chance. We can't take no check. I mean, don't mind me. Let me quint fast because I don't know. Look here. You'll get to find out that VC. Look here. Never mind that. I'm just grateful that I am here. Because it's funny because thinking about it, me never really see myself. I've been traveling on the road for a while, long time. And I've never felt that kind of concern or that kind of, let's put it, fear then. To say, boy, in the event that anything was going to happen. I've never felt that. I've seen myself up in a St. Mary, up in a post road. For those who know that area, how the road look, it's not even a road. And me just go through and say, okay, me I go find where me I go. And I never was concerned like that. But I don't know if maybe because I'm not so familiar with the parish or whatever it is, but I am just, at the end of the day, I am grateful. And if you've not seen it, trust me. It was kind of good that I had you guys on board because if you listen keenly, you can hear the changes in my voice in terms of the concern coming out and all of those things that, you know, would happen if you're in a situation where you just, I wonder what's next, you know. So that is something that, again, I am grateful. And if you are here with me, thank you for coming back. Louise, I'm fine. Daddy, I'm all right. Me sure say me I gonna get, if me not get it already, reprimanded multiple times about the fact that I just need to be careful and me just need to know where me I go and the whole 9 yards. And that is what parents do. You know, they're concerned, so they'll tell you that. But for all those who are concerned, And for that man that took the time out to tell me where me I go, man said, look here, you come down too far, man. My name him talk very fast. But thankfully for me, my ears have adapted to different ways of speaking or different accents or whatever. So for me, I could have processed it easier. But yeah. Anyway, so enough for that. I'm here. I am grateful again. And I thank you so much for joining me. So today is one of those days that I'm not going to be driving. We're not going anywhere. I'm just using the day to reflect. It's funny because as we come to the end of the year, I find myself reflecting on the goals that I started around this time last year, because I'm a goal-oriented person. Anybody who knows VC knows that she have one little paper what she write down even our budget on and my goals. So almost every month you can guarantee that I am writing stuff down, and I feel like once it's written down, you achieve it, right? And I'm looking back on some of the goals, and I'm not telling a lie, I feel away, you know. I call my mother and I said to my mother, you know, boy, I feel some kind of way because, you know, I set these goals for myself and I don't even know where they are, what I have achieved and all of that. It seemed like instead of progress, I have regressed in some ways. And that to me, not sit right. So that is what I'm going to be talking about this morning. And hopefully from this mini sermon, somebody will be encouraged. And the fact that I'm still here will encourage you. Yeah, man. So for me, I wanted to look back on, I set out a number of goals for myself for this year. I started on this new journey. In my first video on YouTube, I mentioned it about, you know, learning about financial independence and just learning about things what we never learned about in school and our parents no know and things like that. So they can't tell us, you know, the most they can tell us is, you know, save for miss a rainy day and all of that. But the reality is there's another aspect to saving. There's investment, you know, there's getting out of debt, all of that. And I plan to say, you know, since me start learning about this information, now I'm going to attack it. Me say, all right, this is what I want to do. You know, if you follow Dave Ramsey any at all, or if you know about his content, he has a 7-step approach to getting out of debt. And the first step is to have an emergency fund. And I am one. I learned about Dave Ramsey about, I think 2017, 18. And I started with trying to apply some of the principles. One of them that I applied was that I don't have a credit card. May I tell you, the day when me pay off that and cut it up, it was a whole... As a matter of fact, I never me cut it up. A colleague of mine cut it for me. And she was a part of the whole journey, and I'm telling you. LS, if you're watching this, Madam Sarah, thank you. Remember that day? But yeah, you know, I started on that journey and I was progressing, just like anything in life, you know. My eyes them start opening now. I say, hold on, so I'm not really have debt like that. Mind you, I'm driving a car. I still have car loan. You need different things. We have different goals for ourselves. And I started on that journey, but for some reason, it's like, you know, when you step on something and it's slippery and you just slip right back off. And I decided that 2022 was going to be the year that I took on the journey. I was looking online, and that is why I talk all kind of thing, but follow me. That is why I decided to even start a YouTube channel, because it helped me so much in cases where I was not sure about certain things. When I was going through certain things on my own, YouTube provided a community for me, and I wanted to be able to give back. Even before finding out about monetization, the whole 9 yards, because that again is a whole... Look here. I applaud these YouTubers out here because I'm not at that stage yet, but I realize it's a whole lot of work. Like, just getting people to subscribe alone, trust me. So if you have stopped to watch, I appreciate it immensely. If you have supported, I have some of my day ones out there who have been sharing and the whole 9 yards. And I say that to say, back to the point now, because I can stray from the point sometimes. That is why I decided to start a YouTube channel, because I said to myself, YouTube has helped me so much. Me I tell you, say, the discipline that I started out with in terms of the Dave Ramsey program, just the credit card alone was a big thing. You know, it broke me to pay it off, but I felt lighter at the end of the day because I didn't have that to worry about. So instead of using the credit card, I resorted to having an emergency fund where I would put, let's say $1,000 US, 150,000 thereabout on my card, and in the event I needed something or there was an emergency, you know what I mean, like regular thing, that I could use it instead of thinking about a credit card. Because trust me, the video that I went to Trelawney, you heard me when I stopped at the gas station and I said, top me up 90. At that point, I had maybe like 3/4 tank of gas. But, you know, when me did have a credit card, you go there, top me up 90, and not even think about nothing. You understand? It's like you don't process the price so much because you have the card to swipe. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have benefits, but for me, it didn't work out. So that was something that I stopped. And I was on this path to saying, all right, we are going to do something with your life. We're going to achieve some goals and all of that. And I had the momentum. Then, boop, come 2022. And it's like, my word, everything kind of changed a bit. It started out fine. I was moving towards certain things I planned in my head. And why this is coming up now, because I'm a person, me plan before the year start what I want to do in the year. And it's not that I'm planning that. I know that life happens in terms of, you know, you cannot plan because God sometimes has a different plan for you. But also, he says to write down the vision and make it plain, you know what I mean? And I want, and himself a busy lots of good things. I mean, I preach, but yeah. So I want good things. So I was planning to say, Lord, this is what I need to achieve to do certain things in life. And I tell you, nothing to work out as I planned it, but that's fine. Because look at it this way. I look back on that Clarendon video and one thing I realized, I have life, so I'm grateful. Once, my mother always said, and with some parents overall, once there is life, there is hope. And I can't beat up myself too much for the fact that I didn't achieve. And if you're feeling like I'm feeling right now, this video is for you. I didn't know that this would be all my year end. Like, me did think would be paying off at least maybe like all of 500,000 off of my car loan, you know, because I plan to work towards it, you know. Remember now, you know, me divide out the year and say how I would do it. Every month I should be paying this amount and so on and so forth. And it never happened. I thank God, though, that I have a vehicle that I can move around with, and I'm grateful for that. One big shout out I need to make too is to my niece, RC. One of them there, I know see her, but for right now, you know, I'm kind of iffy about kids on YouTube for many different reasons, but yeah. So she is the one that helped me to start my YouTube channel, and I am so, so grateful. May I tell you, like, I remember that night, I'm home, all of my siblings were around, and I said, boy, I want to start a YouTube channel and help me now. And I said, why you talk about that now? Because at the time, we were supposed to play, I think it was Ludi or Ludo, you know what I mean, but me just say it how we say it in the Jamaican parlance. Supposed to play some Ludi, and they must say a playing time now, because if you go back to that first video, you will realize in the background, it's a whole lot of noise, and that's just my siblings playing. And they must say, where I come with that, you know, but there was my niece to say, auntie, you really want to do it? And I say, yeah, man. And she said, me will help you, you know, me will help you. My sister, who is a makeup artist, I have 2 TCs, by the way. So the second TC, who is a makeup artist, had a ring light. So my niece said, all right, ring light set up. Auntie me press the record button and she helped me to start. And once I started, mine, you know, me never look so when me I look now. I remember one of my cousins messaging my mom to say, tell her if you look in her camera, she not look pan we. And that's how this journey started, this vibing with VC started, you know. And it's one of the goals that I'm very proud of, because outside of that, other people are motivated to start. My hope is that I can share information with you, not just about Jamaica overall, but about things that I am learning. I must be honest though, in some instances, you kind of going with little trepidation, because a lot of people make assumptions because they maybe see you on YouTube, or assume that because you are driving around somewhere or doing certain things, you should be in a you're not human pretty much, or you're better off than them in some instances, when the reality is some of the time all we experience the same thing, the same thing. But outside of that, so that is one goal that we can celebrate. YouTube channel start, it'll grow. And RC, big up yourself. JC, as a matter of fact, no, he's SC, so my nephew. I have one niece and two nephews, right? And all of them, they've been so supportive. Mine, you know, they're kids. And I guess because they're of this era where they know about the technology and something, them can help me to record, tell me, say me need a, like my niece was like, auntie, you need a little intro. So, hi, it's V, let's vibe. Came from that, because she's like, you need something for everybody else have a little tagline. You need to find a tagline. What will your name be? Your edges of it though. Mine, you know, me still not really the on the edge thing, but because I can't seem to, everybody else should seem to master that, but I can't. But yes, so the support that I've gotten from friends and family, just from starting my YouTube channel, I appreciate it. I really do thank the ones who take the time out to even share my videos, share my little snippets that I share to try to promote, to get new subscribers and the whole 9 yards. I really thank you for that. Outside of the goal that I set for YouTube, there's one goal that I set that, as a matter of fact, it wasn't a goal that I set, but it is a goal that God needed me to have. And I have achieved that. And I'm grateful, because that is what gives me hope now to say, though you might have not achieved all that you wanted to for 2022, there are greater things ahead. And if you keep pushing and keep motivated, that is what you will achieve. And I believe it. I believe it. Trust me. I don't really, you are getting me at a place now where I am in the moment in terms of feeling the certain feeling, but I don't give myself a lot of time to wallow in that feeling. You know what I mean? It happened. The year done. Is not like me can pull back the year and say, boy, fix here, so do this, do that, and then everything will be better. No. So what I have to do going forward is to ensure that I refocus and just retool, because if you know me, as I said before, I'm target driven. Whether work or home, me ever have me little thing when me write down, this is what I need to achieve. And if I don't achieve it, it beat me bad, you know. It makes me feel some type of way. But with that being said, I'm just coming on to try to motivate somebody today to say, boy, look here, if you never meet that goal, you're still with us, you're still in the land of the living, just hang tight. God knows best more than we know. So sometimes delay is not the disappointment, but it's just strengthening us for what we want. Because sometimes we want things and we're not ready for it. We're not physically ready for it, mentally ready for it, emotionally ready for it, financially ready for it, spiritually ready for it, you know. So sometimes we want it, and we want it so bad that we want to say, boy, things now go our way. But just remember, in this moment, as you go into the new year, just pray about what you want to achieve and trust the process. Put in the work, labor, hard work, focus, whatever your thing is, just focus on it, and trust me, it will make a big difference. As I close out this year, I just know that, yes, I'm going to be sharing more content with you, sharing places that I go. I hope and pray, and I'm working on it, that I will be better with directions coming in 2023, because me need for just get that together. But I want to be able to share content with you outside of just driving, but content in terms of growth that can help you, because as I mentioned before, Dave Ramsey has helped me so much. I want to be able to share that information with you, and it means that I'm starting from baby step 1. If you need to go check it out. Baby step 1 is the emergency fund, and imagine I'm all the way back there, but that is fine. As I said before, I'm alive and well, and that is what is important to me. So my fellow vibers, thank you so much for vibing with me today. Thank you just for taking the time out to just share my content, watch my content, comment, like, whatever you do. The people that have helped me, my niece, my family, my friends who are supporting me, thank you so much. People out here who just see me and just love the vibe and come along, thank you so much. I hope that we will have bigger, better things to talk about in 2023. So with that being said, stay tuned for my outro. So I'm about to wrap up now, folks. You must say, boy, VC talk about a bag of things, but just a summary. So 1, I started with my Clarendon thing. I am happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here with you. I'm in need to work out my directions. 2, I started re-evaluating or evaluating the goals that I set for myself in 2021 for 2022, and it made me a little sad that I didn't achieve them. But I came to motivate you, to tell you that, look, even if you don't achieve it in the time that you plan to achieve it, you still work on the goal. Look for me. From 2018, I think about start a YouTube channel, and if it wasn't for my little niece, auntie, come, I could do it now. You know? But once you plant that seed in yourself and have that goal in mind, then look here, it's funny how your body reacts sometimes. So just whatever you need to do, you do it. YouTube has been a place that has helped me, from simple things as to how to fix one bag, how to start the YouTube channel, different things, you know. And what I love about it is that I can do what I like. So I not have to pretend to be somebody else to find a niche. Like, people who like what I like are over here, right? Big up on yourself. But yeah, so you don't have to pretend to be something that you're not to be on YouTube. Even if you think that you're one of a few, trust me, the few are out there gonna find you and they'll support you. So yeah, don't be afraid to start. Do what you love, and then the people who love similar things will find you. Next thing, if you set a goal for yourself and you have not achieved it, so, pardon me, I want my hair around here. But yeah, so next thing, if you set a goal for yourself and you've not achieved it in the time that you set it for, that don't mean you must give up on the goal. Don't give up on yourself. We don't give up on other people's stuff. There are ways to work to achieve that goal, and just don't give up on it. So that's the same thing that you must apply to yourself, because you're worth it as well, you know. So trust me, life I go backs we down sometimes, for our own good, of course, sometimes, but just keep at it. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Going into the new year, don't make, because you're not achieve goal, you know, write them. Write down the goals that you want. Write them. Write them down. Even if it make you scared to do it same way. Write it down, and you'll be surprised how all things just fall in line. That's where I'm wrapping today. Thank you for joining me. I hope I shared something that you can learn from, and something that will help you as you try to navigate this life that we're living in, this adulting, or sometimes not really adult, but yeah. But thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for my outro. There you have it. That's VC for 2022. What I wish I knew, I don't know, but thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for coming back. I hope you have subscribed. I hope you write down your goals that you want to achieve and don't give up on those goals. If you not achieve them now, just make baby steps towards them. And before you know it, you will be there. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video.